What's up? What's up?
Hey guys, we're back. I'm Talu.
And I'm Neche.
And we're Talu Neche.
Back in action after 4 months. 4 months apart from each other. But we're back. And we're saying it again because we're together. So, I know you guys have been watching those crappy little videos of
Yes, you have.
I said, and she said, and in California versus Philadelphia, but we're back in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, at
the University of Pennsylvania.
For our returning subscribers, welcome back. Thank you for joining us again. We appreciate you.
And for our new subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in. We love you guys too. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and follow us on social media.
Yes, because I think we're pretty freaking cool, and yeah, you should join us on this journey that we're about to take you on.
Exactly. So let's get right into it. So this video is about how to survive Ivy League academics.
Or college academics in general, because it's pretty much all the same.
All the same.
We know the transition from high school to college might seem really tough, and especially going to a prestigious university, academics can seem like really overwhelming or like really rough. So we want to explain to you guys how to make it not so rough.
And we want to record this video to show you guys that, you know, you can do it, and because we're doing it, and so we just want to prove to you guys that you're able to do it just as much as we're able to do it.
And I think we're still pretty freaking social and we still have fun, so I think that's an important balance that we're going to talk to you guys about.
Yep.
And talk about how to create that balance in your academic life.
Exactly.
So, let's do it.
Here we go.
So, first off, we'll talk about the transition from high school to college, because it's pretty different. Depending on where you went to high school, it might be a little similar, but in general, it's pretty different. For example, in high school, you had every class every day. You were probably staying up doing your homework for like all 5 or 6 of your, or 7 of your classes every day because you saw the same teachers every day. In college, that's not the deal. And this is one of the best parts about it, because sometimes you only have a class once a week, or you'll have it twice a week, 3 times maybe, but never for 5 days in a row. So the biggest part is learning how to do some homework here, some homework there, and knowing like how early you need to study for each class, because it's not going to be an everyday thing, you know. And another thing about that's different from high school and college is that your professors here, quite frankly, they don't care about you. Like in high school, maybe like that one English teacher, you might have acted out and the one English teacher was like, Jimmy, get it together. But here, the professors don't care. They're getting paid well, just to show up, talk for their 1 hour, and head on out and go to their little meeting or whatever. They don't care if little Jimmy did the homework. They don't care if you even show up to class. So knowing that, it's kind of easy for people to be like, well, the professor doesn't care, so why should I care? Like, he's not gonna know if I'm there or not. But it's so important to not it's so crucial to not like just forget about that. I don't even think about that. I pretend that every professor knows me and they know when I'm there. They know when I did the readings, because when if I didn't do the readings, I feel guilty. So it's very important to stay on top of it yourself and have self-discipline and go to class every single time you have class. Do your homework for class all the time. Act like it's high school, because you'll be very tempted to just like kind of like, you know, relax a little bit, because you don't have the same like requirement of going to class every day. So I'd say that that's the biggest difference from high school and coming to college, like in terms of how your classes are set up. And yeah, so we'll move on to our next topic.
So now I'm going to talk to you guys about studying. So studying in high school and studying in college are 2 different things. They're 2 different forms of studying, 2 different types of studying, and you just basically have to figure out what type of studying is for you. Like for example, taking the first semester of college is going to be rough regardless, but use that time to perfect your studying techniques and perfect what type of studying you want to do and what type of studier that you are. Also with studying, make sure you find the most optimal studying environment. Number one, don't study in your room.
Never
Bad,
don't
bad,
do it.
bad.
There's a desk in there, but it's not for you to study. That's for you to put your laptop and FaceTime your friends or
and
something.
do your makeup on.
Yeah.
It is not
Don't
for
study there.
Don't put books on it.
And it's like scientifically proven that you're
is.
not supposed to do your homework or your work in your room, because when you go to your room, it's supposed to be like, you're supposed to relax and feel comfortable there.
Exactly.
But if you take the stress from your homework and push it into your room, it messes up all the auras going on in there. And then you'll start being like depressed and stuff. Because
Don't do that.
yeah, just stop.
Just find the perfect environment for you, and whether that's at the library or like some other location, just make sure you don't get in the habit of studying in your room.
No matter what school you go to, there's so many places to study. They'll keep like the dining halls open and you can study in there. There's so many buildings that have like little office spaces where you can study. Use those.
Please.
And you'll feel good coming back to your room because you know it's time to relax.
Exactly. Okay, so for like midterms, finals, and papers, as soon as you get the material, start it, please. For papers, as soon as you get the prompt, make sure you start it, because it's easier to do day by day, you know, a paragraph here, here, there, than the night before you're writing 7 pages, double space, Times New Roman, and it's legit trash.
No.
You don't want to put yourself in that situation at all.
For example, last semester, so second semester, my freshman year, as a freshman, they're not gonna baby you.
No.
I had to write a 20-page paper. Like, a 20-page paper. They told me that. I said, who's writing that? Little me. Yeah, dude. So, but I was like, I think it was God that like was like, let's get it together, because I at some point was like, okay, this paper is due in like a month or so. So you know what I'm gonna do? So if I had 4 weeks to write a 20-page paper, you know what I would do? I would make sure I wrote 5 pages per week, so that by the time it was like the week that it was due, I had 15 pages done.
Exactly.
And writing 5 more felt like nothing. Like if I sat down in the library and was like, all right, next shift, tonight we're gonna do 2 pages, go 2 days later, write 2 more. I might even be like, why would I come back tomorrow when I could write 1 more page right now? I would write the last page right then. So you just feel better when you like break it down and allocate your time. Same thing goes with short papers. If you write like an outline, and if you make a detailed outline, when you go to write your paper is basically already done because you just wrote it, you know? So
basically, college is all about time management. If you manage your time properly, that is the key to success. I feel like if you know, are ahead of schedule and plan accordingly, like you will be fine. You will not be stressed, and all in good time.
Yes. Time management, that's, oh man. And self-discipline, because time management and self-discipline go hand in hand. Okay, and then here's some advice for choosing classes and just your classes in general. So first up, stay away from that 8 a.m.
Away.
When you're trying to choose your classes and you see an 8 a.m., you didn't see that. Keep on scrolling.
No.
You might think that because in high school you woke up at 5:30 every morning. I woke up at 5:30. I can't get up at 10 now. No. So you might think just because you woke up early every day in high school, like, no, you're gonna be a new person when you get here. And this is like, it's just like something that happens to all of us. You could not wake up for that class. Don't take an 8 a.m. unless you have to. Don't think, oh, I'm gonna take it early so I'll have time in my day. Just don't take that 8 a.m.
Just stay away from it.
Like I take 9 a.m.s and that's just as bad, because guess what time I gotta wake up? It's still 8 something. So it's basically waking up.
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you. 9 o'clock? Oh, 9 isn't too bad. What time you gonna have to wake up to get there? 8 o'clock. So, you know, don't take early classes. Stay away from early classes if you can, but stay away from late classes too, because no one wants to be in class at 6 p.m. when all their friends are going to like the club meetings and
GVMs.
free food and stuff, and you're still in class.
Yeah.
You don't really want that.
Nope.
So try to stay away from that. Stay away from early classes and late classes. Middle of your day is perfect.
Yeah.
Another thing is that choosing like when you're choosing classes, it's okay to take if you're gonna take 4 classes, for example, you can take 2 or 3 that are for your major, and then that 4th class, take something else that's like either of your interest or like a language class or something. Because, for example, I'm pre-law, so I'm taking political science classes. I have like I have like 3 politics. I'm taking 5 classes. I have like 3 classes that are strictly politics, and personally I really like sociology, so I'm taking another class that's a sociology class, and then I'm taking Spanish, because when I start breaking down, because politics is so much reading, oh my goodness, it feels good to transition and do my Spanish homework, or it feels good to transition and do my sociology homework.
Exactly.
Because that's my interest. So it's okay, like especially like you pre-med kids and like the engineers and stuff like that, it's okay to fulfill a lot of your requirements, but keep in mind that you have 4 years here.
Exactly.
And you have a lot of semesters to take these classes.
Exactly.
So don't run away from your major, okay? Don't just start taking classes for fun. But take your required classes and then take like one class that might be of your interest. That's not hardcore your major.
Exactly. Like for example, I'm also taking 5 classes. I'm taking my, 4 requirements. Actually, I'm taking 5 requirements, and then I have like a fun class for myself. So that fun class for me is Yoruba. If you guys are not familiar with Yoruba, it's the native language of Nigeria. One of the native languages of Nigeria.
Because I'm Igbo.
Whatever. We don't associate. But that's my that class is fun for me. It's actually a night class, but it's only 2 hours and it's very laid back. You got to make sure to, balance your schedule. Make sure you have the quantitative. Make sure you have the qualitative. Typically for me, I take no more than 2 quantitative classes per semester, and then by default 3 qualitative classes per semester. So
like numbers. Like numbers, like math and stuff. That's quantitative.
Yes, quant is numbers.
like math and stuff. I'm not a math person.
Oh yeah.
So I don't take those.
Yeah.
I will when because I have to fulfill a requirement. But other than that, and that's the best thing about college when you're choosing your classes.
Yes.
If you don't like something, you don't really have to take it. No. Yes, you have to fulfill the requirements, and that'll suck. But I don't have to keep taking math again.
Exactly.
Me and numbers, we're just not friends unless we're talking money. I just don't like math, and I don't like science. I have to take a math and a science class to fulfill a requirement. But after that, they're not gonna force me to anymore like high school. So that's one of the best parts about getting here.
Yes, it is. Okay, so this section is going to be about professors. Basically, how to finesse them, how to work around them, how to work with them, things like that. So number 1, to know your professor, please go to office hours. Even if you don't know what you're doing or you do know what you're doing, make sure you insert yourself in their office hours, talk to them, have a conversation here and there. You don't need to kiss their butts or anything, but just be civil with them and, be honest with them. There's no such thing as a dumb answer or a dumb question in office hours, so don't even be discouraged by that.
And that goes for your TAs as well.
Yes.
Because for me, I don't really talk to my professors, because at the end of the day, they're not the ones grading my work. The TAs, the teacher's assistants, at Penn we have something called recitation. So you go to lecture, which your professor teaches, and then you have recitation once a week, where the TAs teach a small class of probably 10 to 15 people, and those are the ones that know you. Those are the ones that read your papers and give you grades. So I gotta kiss up to the TAs. I was so bad at this last year. I didn't go to office hours ever. I was just I don't really care that much. But then this year, I actually started drowning, and I didn't know what was going on in my classes, and I was like, okay, Netcha, we're gonna go to office hours. So I went to office hours, and I communicated how I was feeling, just in general, how I was feeling, and how I was doing academically, what I didn't understand, what I was confused about, and the TAs loved to help.
They do.
And once
that's what they're there for.
And once you make yourself sound once you express how you feel, because when you're in recitation just not talking, they might think you didn't do the reading. They might think you just don't want to participate. So I just if you're not talking, that's what they'll think. But if you go to office hours and let them know I do the reading, I did all the work, I just still don't understand when other kids are talking in class. I don't talk like them, I don't understand what they're talking about, and the TA will be as long as they'll give you advice and they'll know where you are and why you're not talking, versus them just assuming that you're a bad student or something.
Also, make sure you are on a semi-name/face basis with your professor, because it's always a good thing, if they're looking at, because ultimately they have the final decision in your letter grades. So if they know your name and can attach somewhat of a face to it, or get somewhat of a, good feeling from you, that can only do good things. Only do good things. So,
So remember how we said, the professors, there's sometimes there's 200 kids in this lecture hall.
One lecture, yes.
The professor doesn't, they're not looking at you. Like
Yeah.
I told you before, they don't really care about you.
No.
But if you make them care about you.
Exactly.
So at the end of the semester, like she said, the TA has like graded your test, etc. But if you feel like you got the wrong grade or something, you have to contact the professor.
Yeah.
And the professor is the one that will change your ultimate grade. So the TA grades everything throughout the year, but if something happens in the end, that's the professor. And if the professor doesn't know you,
he has no incentive to help you out because they're generally here to help us. Like they're generally here to help us, and they'll do anything possible to help us on our GPAs and letter grades and all that. But if you don't make the effort, then they have no incentive to help you. So you have to show them that you care, one, show them that you deserve to be helped, and then two, ultimately get the help you need.
yes.
Also, so there's this thing called Penn Course Review, and basically for Penn students, what it is, it's a website. You can go on it and basically type in any class, any course, and it'll show you the professor rating, the class rating from this year and several years, who taught it in the past, things like that, difficulty level. So definitely during early registration or late registration or registration in general for classes, make sure you look at that and cross-list it with your other classes and your other requirements to make sure that you're having a good balance.
Yeah, because personally I failed at that. I failed at a lot of things, but I failed at that, and I didn't look at my courses. I just looked at the requirements, and I looked like, okay, this is what I'm gonna take, and I'm just gonna take it because it's a requirement.
Yeah.
And it would have been, and like it doesn't change. Like even if I looked at Penn Course Review, I still would have taken these classes, but it kind of took me like 2 weeks to know what class would be like, what classes would be hard, which classes would like ask the most of me versus like what classes would have been like easier.
Yeah.
So like if I would have looked at Penn Course Review earlier, I would have known that my constitutional law class would have been insane on work. I would have known that class would have been like that for me, and I would have like balanced it maybe with like other classes that weren't as straining, because now I have like that class and other classes that it's kind of too much, you know? So if I would have looked at it, I could have maybe taken that class second semester or just something like that. It helps you plan what classes you want to take and when much better. And professors, and it helps you avoid certain professors that might be teaching a class one semester versus another.
True.
Because
very true.
Different professors teach the same classes, it just might be a different semester.
Exactly.
So if you look at Penn Course Review and know which professor you want,
Yes.
you have a better chance of planning that out.
Yes, they make all the difference, literally. There could be 2 classes that fulfill the same requirement, but there are 2 different professors, and one professor would give like open notes, open book testing, and the other one's like 2 midterms, 4 finals, and 3 papers, so
All in class.
all in 1 hour.
class.
So make sure you do look at that. It is important.
Yeah. Okay, and then this section will talk about resources. A lot of these resources are specific to Penn, but I'm sure like regardless of what college you go to, your school has resources for you. That's where all the money
You
goes.
just gotta find them.
Like, oh my goodness, this year I started using all the resources, and I'm like, life is good. Things actually aren't that bad. Like, I'm not drowning because I've been using resources. So let's talk about some resources.
Let's.
Okay, so number one thing I'll talk about is Weingarten. At Penn, we have something called Weingarten.
They're for like studying techniques and basically anything that has to do with academic stress. So if you're worried about your class course listings or you're worried about your professors, you can definitely go to Weingarten, and they can it's kind of like academic consulting, sort of. They like tell you what to do with your classes, tell you what works, what doesn't work, what you need to do, what you don't need to do.
So yeah, Weingarten, one of the things Weingarten will give you is a calendar of the entire semester. I can't even see. Oh, mine's upside down too.
Oh my god.
So it gives you like, you can't really see.
No.
But it's like, whatever. It's like a calendar, and it has the whole semester on it.
Exactly.
Like the entire semester.
Yeah.
So we write all of our exams, like when every paper is due, when I have an in-class exam, yada yada yada. So I look at this and I'm like, oh man, I have an essay due in 2 weeks, so I can plan ahead for that,
Exactly. It's all about the visuals. Like having this is so helpful because I keep it inside my closet, and I open it, so when I look at my clothes, I'm seeing what my schedule looks like. I'm seeing that I have a stat midterm and a quiz in the same week. I'm seeing where my hell week is, where my game days are. So it's very visual, and it definitely helps.
Same thing goes with like a planner, a day-to-day planner, and planning out your day. Incorporate lunch. Google Calendar will save your life. You're always on your phone.
Yes.
And Google Calendar will tell you, like, the notifications will come on your phone. So that's beautiful.
So beautiful.
That's a really great resource.
So the other resource we wanted to talk about is CAPS. I don't know what it stands for, but it's definitely, it targets mental health on campus, specifically pen related. And basically you can go in, you don't have to schedule an appointment or anything. You can just, basically, they're your counselors, they're your therapists. You go to them and you just grieve and you just like let all your grievances out.
It could be boy trouble,
anything.
It could be drama with your friends, anything that's stressing you out. They will talk to you, and like they're very like trustworthy.
Yes, they
are. Oh my goodness, like you talk to them about, you could talk about family problems, the drama with your friends. Oh my god, this person broke up with me.
As specific as you want, and some people have favorite counselors, and like you can definitely get into it and milk it so that you're not stressed.
Yeah, like they help so much because Penn and these like college in general, like the academics, it can get tough, especially when you feel like you're drowning. It'll put you in like it can put you in a sad place if you like fall behind or if you like, it's so bad. So CAPS is perfect for that. So please take advantage of resources like Weingarten that helps you like plan your life. They'll tell you what class to drop or what classes to take and when if you need help with that type of advice. They help with so much. So take advantage of Weingarten, your on-campus, like, or whatever school you go to, whatever on-campus resources you have, like Weingarten, and as well as CAPS, like mental health counselors.
Mental health is very, very important. I just wanted to take a moment to stress how important mental health is. You know, if you're struggling, make sure you get help, make sure you seek help, make sure you talk to someone, because you are definitely not alone. Like, we've both been there multiple times.
Like, break down and cry. Last week, honestly, I'll share this because it's serious. Last week was so rough, right? I was sitting, like, I planned out my day. It was like probably 8 p.m. and I was sitting in Starbucks and I was doing my Spanish homework and a tear fell from my face. And I was like, why am I crying? And I was just like, I just got so sad. I closed my books up and went back to my room. And I was just like, what is going on? The stress was just so much that in the middle of my homework, I just like broke down. And it happens.
It does.
And this is with me being on top of everything and planning out like my schedules. And like Tolu has those stressful days. So I had one of those yesterday. Then it gets rough.
Like,
so
literally the other day, I was about to cry because my laundry wasn't clean. And I literally went on my bed, was about to shed a tear, and I'm like, Tolu, get it together. You know, what you have to do, take your clothes, throw it in the laundry, take it out, and you're good.
Just the littlest things will stress you out because it gets that bad. So this is why we're making this video, because we've been there. And it sucks. It sucks to like be just working so hard. And the thing is, kids that get into these schools, in high school, you probably didn't have to work as hard to be at the top of your class. Like, you were smart, everyone knew you, yada yada yada. And then you come to Penn and everyone was super smart. So there's something called Penn face, and everyone looks like they're always having a good time and they're always great and everything's amazing, but everyone's suffering like behind closed doors. And that's a common thing here because people will not show when they're hurting. So you have it's like trying to get rid of Penn face. Like, that's part of the reason we're making this video, because everyone's not okay, and it's okay to not be okay.
It's okay
because other people are struggling too.
Yes, everyone struggles. Everyone.
Like, so especially coming from like your high school where you were great and stuff, and you come here and you might feel like insignificant. It's okay because everyone like goes through that here.
Every single body struggles.
But then they'll be outside walking on, smile on their face like nothing's wrong, but people struggle. People will struggle just like you, so you're not alone. But use your resources. Use your resources.
That's the point. Use the resources to help you out. Less stress.
Less stress, and that's what we want. Less stress.
Less stress. College equals less stress.
That's our goal.
That's our goal.
Okay, in this section we'll talk to you guys about balance. Mostly balancing your fun, your friends, and your academics. Okay, because I know it's when you're at a school like this, it's so easy to like just get caught up in your work and try to plan your schedule and this and that. And we talked about balancing like all your academics and going to office hours, yada yada yada. But find time to hang out with your friends.
Self-care.
Find time to have some fun. Get off campus. You deserve it. Like, the other week I had such a stressful week and I went to volunteer and it was at a park and people were skating and having fun and I was looking around like smiling like I was just on campus suffering, and I get off campus for like an hour and people are having a good time and I got some ice cream and I was like, I feel good and I deserve that on a Sunday afternoon. I deserved it. So it's very important to like take a break from academics when you can and find time for your friends, find time to take care of yourself, take that nap, watch that Netflix episode.
Do it. Do
and
it.
Go get some ice cream with your friends. Go to the movies.
Yes.
Go shopping.
Yes.
It's okay.
Yes.
Like, don't do too much of this and leave your academics behind.
Dabble. Dibble
just
and dabble.
a little bit. It's perfect to talk to your friends. Catch up with them. Go sit down and have lunch in the middle of the day with your friend and it'll make you feel so much better.
Yes.
One of the key things is balancing friends and fun. You
Yes.
need to have fun.
Yes.
It's college.
Literally, this is going to be the best 4 years of your life. The worst and the best.
Yes, it's gonna be hard, but it's
Both
gonna be
extremes.
like the best. People always talk about, oh, I wish I could go back to my
to
college days. And I'm sitting there wondering, why do you want to go back to college days? Little do I know, I'm probably living
So it's
the best life that I'm living right now.
We are in the prime.
Like your parents aren't here. Nope. There's boys and girls running around campus. You can do what you want, whatever you want.
All within good reason, of course.
Yes, because you're smart. So within good reason, of course. Yes. But you're free to have fun and enjoy yourself. So that's what you're here to do.
Yes.
So don't forget that. But don't forget to enjoy yourself while you're, pushing like this academic life. Because, you came here for your academics. At the end of the day, you came here for your academics. So don't get caught up in like boyfriends and girlfriends and this person said this, this person, that person said that. Don't
let relationships and friendships get in the way of your academics.
Please.
Friendships/relationships and academics. Two separate worlds, right?
Yeah, academics is up here. Your friends and stuff causing drama, throw them out.
Yes. You're at Penn because of your academics. You're not at Penn because you're social or you can make a lot of friends. That doesn't matter here. So focus on academics.
Academics is number one. Yes, keep your friends and stuff. But once your friends start causing drama, or this boy, this girl starts causing drama,
that's the stress you don't need. Throw it away.
That type of stress, nothing at this school should stress you out but your academics.
Yes.
That's the only, it's not okay, but that's the only thing you should be letting stress you out. Your academics and figuring out how to battle that stress.
Exactly.
Don't let your friends start causing drama and start getting mad about he said, she said. No!
Don't try to solve every problem. Don't be a hero. At a certain point, you just gotta be like, I'm not involved. I'm seeing my way out, And say, I'm focusing on myself. I'm focusing on my books. I will see you.
If that means cutting someone off, that's okay.
Snip, snip! Snip, snip!
It's okay! So yeah, basically it's okay to cut friends off if they're being toxic and if they're causing you stress that you should not be having when you're supposed to be worrying about solely your academics.
Exactly.
Okay? Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much all we've got for balancing friends and friends, fun, and your academics. Academics are always number one. Make sure you still have time for your friends because it's not healthy to cut all that off. That's what leads to mental breakdowns a lot of the time when you're not having like you're not treating yourself. It's just like academic. And a lot of the time you might not be from high school, you might be used to like working super hard all the time, but you still have like the high school environment of like homecoming games, football games, stuff like that, And extracurriculars, always make sure you're involved in clubs of your interest. Make sure you're involved in like maybe like an intramural sport or join like a team or something like that, because that helps a lot. It does. So it takes away like Toes on cheer. So she like can go and like cheer at football games and basketball games, and that's like non-academic,
and it's a way for me to relieve stress. So like find one thing that you really love to do, find a group on campus and pursue it. That's all.
Or go to the gym. Something that's good for you that will take your stress away. So take our advice, and I promise school will be so much better for you. It's easy to say this stuff and to like listen to this stuff when someone tells you, but the self-discipline that it takes to actually get those better study habits on, like not doing work in your room because you might be tempted, forming study groups, just little things like that, going to office hours, talking to TAs. It sounds like a lot, but once you like factor all of this into your day-to-day at school, like week to week, your life will be so much easier. So you might stress, you might struggle, but take our tips, take our advice, because we're living it. Like we're literally living it. I went from last year not doing any of this to this year doing all of this. And it's been a significant change. So please take our advice. That's all we've got for you guys. So like, comment, subscribe, like we just said, and follow us on this journey.
Social media.
Yeah, if you want to see day to day at Penn, like I always tell you guys.
Actually day to day.
Like, add us on Snapchat. You want to see like when we're suffering in the library, because I'll post that. When like it's the weekend and we're happy about that, I'll post that.
Yep.
You know, if something funny happens in the lecture, like we just Snapchat little things like that. And I think we're pretty funny.
Also, if you have any questions, you can definitely leave a comment. If it's anything specific to Penn, anything specific to your school, regardless of where you go, we can help you. And if you're in high school and you want to know how you can prepare or anything like that, put it in the comment section. We will see it, we will respond, and we will help you.
Put it in the comment section, or if you don't want to ask it publicly, social media,
slide in those DMs.
Slide in our DMs on Instagram. Add us on Snapchat. So like anything. So you can always direct message us, add us on Snapchat. Just, you know, get out there and engage with us. And if you guys go to Penn, if you go to Penn and you see us, dude,
say hi.
We are so
we don't
friendly. So many of you guys kind of just stare.
Yeah, you're like,
and I'm like, oh, they probably. I don't know why you're staring.
Say, we're so nice.
We're so nice. Like, I will sit down and have lunch with you.
Yes, I will. Yes, we will have lunch with you. I'd love to do that, actually.
Please,
if
like,
you see us, be like, I will grab lunch with you.
Yes, like, please, just like, oh my god, I watched your video. Can we get lunch? And I'm like, dude, let's. Like, dude,
actually, I would do it.
So much. We've seen so many of you guys,
and you guys just like, oh, that's totally like,
and we don't. But so you guys watch us, but we don't know who's watching us.
We don't.
So we're super duper nice. Thank you guys so much that have reached out and like talked to us and stuff, because we love you guys. And we literally have friends now because like, wait, I think I saw your video and I have friends.
Oh my god, you watched it.
Oh my god. And so like we're totally normal. Like we'll sit down with you and eat. Like we want friends. So
we do.
Like it. So if you see us on campus, don't be afraid to say hello.
Don't.
Okay, so we're super friendly. If you want to eat with one of us, because you might not like Tolu, you might like me more, so you can do that. Or you can just eat with Tolu. I mean,
only me.
Or whatever.
Only
or if you want both of us together, that works too. So just let us know.
Just let us know.
Please, dudes, please.
Yep.
So so now we're officially signing out as Tolu Lecture.
What is the camera doing?